Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Don from 1A Auto. I hope this how-to video helps you out. And the next time you need a part for your vehicle, think of 1AAuto.com. Thanks.
In this video, we're going to show you how to remove and replace or reinstall a front window regulator for this 2005 Hyundai Elantra. We show you the driver's side door. The passenger side door is basically the same procedure. You'll need new regulator from 1AAuto.com, small flat blade screwdriver, a Phillips screwdriver, a 10mm socket with a ratchet and extension, and some pliers.
I'm going to use a piece of cloth to protect the paint while I pry the corner piece off here. And I'm going to take off the two trim covers here, the center pieces. You can use a tiny flat screwdriver or you can use a little pick and just pry into the side. Pull it out. Same for the bottom. And there's two trim covers underneath the door handle. Use your flat blade screwdriver. Pry at the seam. Gently pull them out. There's two screws behind there. I've got the screw covers off, exposing all 9 of the screws. 2 on the back of the door, 2 on the very bottom of the door, 2 on the side, 1 in your handle assembly, and 2 below your grab handle.
Okay, and we'll just speed things up here. And Phillips screwdriver is all you need for all 9 of those screws. And after you take the screw out that's behind the door handle, you do have to pull the little bezel out.
I'm going to give a little tug to the handle, get my fingers behind the panel, and just pry apart. There's a clip down here, and I'm going to do the same over here where the clip just came out. And I'm going to lift the panel up off of the door. There are 3 harnesses. 2 go to the window switch pack, and another goes down to a door light at the bottom. You'll find a tab right here. Press it in. It'll click right out. Another tab here. The last tab here. And I'm going to remove the vapor shield with the razor blade and just cut through the black adhesive.
We'll just speed it up as we take off that water shield. Be very careful if you're working with a razor blade. You could also use a utility knife. And you just want to take this off carefully. You don't want to rip it or stretch it. It helps keep the moisture out of your door panel. So just carefully remove it, bring it down so you can access the inside of the door.
I'm disconnecting the window motor by pressing in the clip, pulling out. Then I'm going to remove the 3 10mm nuts. Removing 1 Phillips head screw for the door handle. And the door cables are being held on by a blue clip and a pink clip. Just take a little flat blade screwdriver, put it on the top of the clip there. Just give it a gentle pry. And then the top cable comes out from the bottom. Out, and bottom cable comes out from the top. Slide your assembly forward and out. I'm going to slide the window up I'm gonna put my hand right in through here, push the window regulator up at the slide, and you're gonna see a 10 millimeter here, but what you're gonna wanna do is slide it up until you see the 10 millimeter here as well.
And we'll speed it up here as we remove those two bolts. Those two bolts hold the window regulator to the window.
From the top, I'm gonna lift the window out carefully. So we're going to locate the 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the nut holding the assembly in place.
And again here, we're just going to fast forward as we remove those 5 fasteners.
Pull out the top right. You disconnect this clip here, squeezing it, pushing it through. It's going to be a little slack on the lock and door cables. We're going to push the stud through. Push it towards the door, and then push your white key tabs in, right here, top and bottom, and then pull back towards you. And I'm going to squeeze in on the inside of this clip to release it.
And there's a few other clips. The clips just hold the wiring harnesses in place. You just kind of squeezing the teeth on the back side together and pull them through.
Reinserting window regulator. I want to make sure that the door lock cables come up over and through. Got my 2 white clips lined up. I'm gonna pull it back. Line up our stud. Secure the top there. And the backside cable. Push that through from the back.
And again, just speed up here. We put all 4 bolts in, start them on by hand first, as well as the nut on the back, and then tighten them up nice and firm.
Secure the harness. And much like we took it out, we need to make sure that we lined up the bottom of the regulator. And it's still movable by your hand. So you're going to want to get it to where you've got the screw hole here and the screw hole right in here. Sliding the glass back down inside. When you're doing this, make sure that you align the glass with both of your seals here and here, so it slides down inside of those seals in the track. And then bring it down to rest. Right where you place the regulator. when installing your motor, line it up on your 3 studs and push in. If it doesn't go right in and sit, you're going to need to use your hand to play with the regulator until the gears line up. And when you can't move it by hand, you know you're in.
And just speed up here as we put the 3 10mm nuts on and tighten them up.
And reconnecting the window motor. And we're going to go back up with the moisture barrier.
And just remember to put the clip back for the cables, and then put the moisture barrier back up in place.
I'm reinstalling the door handle. I'm going to line up the 4 tabs on the back with the 4 rectangles in the door. And slide the assembly back into place. And I'm going to put our screw back in at this point to hold the assembly in place. Sliding the lock cable in and securing it. Its tab. Cable back into the housing. Same for the bottom. Sliding it in. Pulling the clip back over. Snapping the clip. Snapping the cable back in. I'm reconnecting the 3 harnesses that go to the switch panel and the light. And putting the door panel back on, I'm going to go up above, push down, so it sits on top of the door frame, and then give it a little tap for the lower clips, and start back with my Phillips screws.
And we'll fast forward again here as we put back the 9 screws, and just remember the only thing is with the screw that goes behind the door handle where you open the door, put the bezel in first, then put the attaching screw in. And once you have all the screws in, then just remember to put the small trim pieces back in that cover the screws. We hope this helps you out. Brought to you by www.1aauto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll-free 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.